How's it going, Kevin Harvickers? I have a lot to talk about here. Plenty of things to announce, plenty of things to discuss here. But before we get to all that, just want to let you guys know that on Tuesday, I'm going to be part of the NASCAR YouTube podcast, and that is going to be on the Icebergs channel. So I'm going to go ahead and link his channel into the description down below. You guys can go ahead and subscribe to that. And if you want to see a man absolutely geek out about his favorite passion, which is NASCAR, you're going to get that. So again, Tuesday, I believe it's 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Time. Yeah, it's going to be happening there. So on July 3rd. So better stick around for that. So before we get into the deeper, meaty, gritty stuff, I do have a rare DIECAST unboxing. This is a big boy right here. It says it's perishable. I don't know why. It's not perishable. I mean, it's all like plastic and cardboard. And I do have a knife. Remember, because before I was like a scissors and I was like, oh, everyone use a knife. Well, guess what? I got a knife. I'm a professional, so I can cut this. So here we go. Get this in here. Oh yeah. Slide on through there. And there you go. And another side is up. Alright. And alright. So what did I get? Of course. Sweet. Alright. So here, I'm going to give a second here and, alright. I'll show you it right here. Get a good look at it. So this is a NASCAR limited edition superset by Racing Champions. This is to commemorate their 10 years of being a company that made that NASCAR diecasts. And it is a limited edition set. What I'm very curious about is how many of these were made. I'll go ahead and I'll put the edits down below to show you guys how many. Here, I'm just going to look at these again. So we got, in this very first set here, you guys can take a look. We got Kenny Wallace, Chad Little, Jeff Bodine, Jeff Green, Brett Bodine, John Andretti, Ken Schrader. Hopefully you guys can see that. Dick Trickle's Busch car, Robert Presley, Elton Sawyer's Busch car, Derek Hope's, what is that? Rudy's Farm paint scheme, Dale Elliott's Golden car, and yeah, but that's not all, because you see how it says 4 of 4? Alright. Here is number 3, and this has Jerry Nadeau, Jeff Burton, Robert Presley, Wally Dallenbach, Ken Schrader, Mike McLaughlin's Busch car, Tony Raines' Busch car, Elliott Sadler, Ken Schrader, Sterling Marlin, Derek Hope, and Ken Schrader's metallic car. And this is number 3. Oh man. There is a story behind these cars, actually, and I will say that here in a minute. Okay, number 2. Alright, so we got, oh man, this is so cool. Okay, so we got Jimmy Spencer, Jeff Burton, Darrell Waltrip, Mark Martin, Kevin LePage, Bookshot Jones' Busch car, Derek Hope, the Jimmy Dean's car, Mike Dillon, Asa Dillon's father, Phil Parsons, Matt Kenseth's Busch car, Joe Nemechek, and Bobby Hamilton's metallic car. So this is number 2 of 4. And because I'm a completionist, come on out. Here is number 1. So, Adam Petty, Jeremy Mayfield, which I just realized. Here, see if you guys want to take a closer look. Jeremy Mayfield's number font here is not the same Penske font. Wow, that is amazing. Alright, anyway, we got Terry Labonte, Bobby Hamilton's Kodak Advantix car, Ricky Rudd, Robert Presley, Tony Raines again, Bookshot Jones' Cup car, Jeff Purvis, Ken Schrader, Sterling Marlin, and Derek Hope's shiny golden car. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set these up as a backdrop here. I'm going to talk about this backdrop here in a moment. There we go. Much better. Sorry about that glare back there, but nothing I can do about it. So quick story behind these, or with these cars. So in 2007, I went on a trip to my grandparents' place up in North Dakota. There was a gas station next to my grandmother's apartment. And for whatever reason, these were all there. I don't remember why I did not get these cars. I think what happened was I saw them once, and again, I don't remember why, and it's like, okay, next time I come to this gas station, I will buy those. And so I believe I went to the gas station one more time before I left North Dakota, and they were gone. They were never to be found again until last Saturday when I saw them on eBay, and they were there in a flash, and I am so happy to have these diecasts. I gotta catch Gino Harvey somehow. I'm only at like 500 something, which I'll talk more about later, but I gotta catch him somehow. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so now let's get into the other notes and announcements. So the first thing I want to announce is that I am cutting back on hours with my real work. Because if you guys didn't know already, for the past year, I've been working 50 hours a week that is not Griffdawg Productions. I've been doing a mix of computer processing work as well as working at a news production station. As of July 22nd, 2018, which is a Sunday, I am no longer working at the production station. Now, before you guys start thinking the craziest ideas, all things are good with the station. They understand where I want to go in life. They're cool with it. I have total love for them, and I wish them nothing but the best for the future. But what this means for us, my weekends are now free. I'm still going to be working at the computer place, so that's still 40 hours a week, but my Saturdays and Sundays as of the end of July are going to be free. So, what does that mean? Well, it can mean a few things. First of all, possible return of Grifftalks. You guys remember that little show I did once a week back in beginning of 2017? That could possibly return. Or I could do little race reviews, analysis, thoughts from the different race weekends. Now, I know, it's not an oversaturated market at all. No one has ever made a race thoughts recap video at all. No, this is a completely new niche, and I'm totally going to tackle it. Now, with this new backdrop, so something that I've been thinking about if I wanted to do this is a new location. Now, just as a note, this is still in my house, but this is in the basement, whereas before I was in my room, as you guys saw in my first vlog video before going to North Carolina. There are a couple of reasons why I want to make this switch. First of all, it gets really hot really easily upstairs. Where my room is placed, when the sun sets, it shines directly into my room, making everything so hot, including my camera. Also, the acoustics are horrible. If you guys don't know what acoustics is, it's pretty much, you know how like when you talk or use their sound, it just echoes all the way around the room. My flooring in my room is wood. Great acoustics, everybody. I wanted to get away from that. This basement where I'm at right now has carpeting, which is great. And then also too, another setup thing that I'm doing right now is I'm actually using the same mic right here. I'm using the same mic as I do for my Inner 2003 shorts. I tried to be a little quieter there. I don't think that worked. I have my computer in front of me too, and the bars are just through the roof. So I'll try to edit it and make it as quiet as possible, but sorry people. The reason why for the switch is because the lapel mic, the thing that I've had here, I don't know if you guys heard it, but you guys hear like a noise a lot, and every time I edit it, it always annoys me. So unfortunately, I am probably going to ditch that, and I'm going to focus more on the mic that you guys just saw. The next thing I want to talk about is, so bouncing off of, dropping from 50 to 40 hours and having weekends free. The next weekend after the 22nd is the 28th, which is a Saturday, and that is when the Xfinity guys are going to Iowa Speedway. And it's not 100% set, but I am pretty sure that I am going to go to that race as my second race of the year. I've heard that Iowa isn't getting in the money, and so my support by going to the race should help, sort of. Now, I really did not do a good job of kind of having myself out there at Charlotte, but in my defense, this is my first time going to a race, and lots of people are there, and it was just a lot of chaos. So I'll be a little more prepared this go around, and I'll try myself to make myself more available, and on social media I'll try to say hey, I'm in this area or whatever. And so if people want to say hi or whatever, they can do so. So lesson learned from Charlotte, and I can put that into Iowa. I've also had a thought of just bringing a poster board and just having my big G logo on there. And my hope is when NBC covers the race that it'll just, even for a second, just skim over the board as a way to promote my channel. I don't know if it'll be the best of ideas, but hey, I gotta get my name out there somehow, right? Now let's talk about my upcoming videos on this channel. First of all, as you guys saw the trailer last Friday, the Summer Showdown is back. After a 1-year hiatus trying to figure out where my channel is going, Summer Showdown has returned. We're going back to North Wilkesboro. Lots of cars, lots of action, and hopefully get lots of involvement going on. I'll talk more about it later, but I want to try to maybe get some more people involved with this race in somehow, shape, or form. Just keep it in mind. Don't comment or spam me saying, "Hey, I want to help. I want to take part." I'm not too sure how yet, and once I figure it out, I will let you guys know through social media, and we'll go from there. Capiche? Next thing I want to talk about is what am I going to do once I hit 4,000 subscribers. Or, I'm sorry, if I hit 4,000 subscribers. Because right now, I'm just past 3,500, and thank you guys so much for getting me there. Again, all of your guys' help and support has really pushed me to where I want to be, and I greatly appreciate that. But if I hit 4,000 subscribers, I'll show off my diecasts. I will show off all... I don't even know how many diecasts I have. I think it's around 500. But anyway, I'm going to show them all. Everything I've collected from 1997 until now. And just a quick side note, kind of random, but I'll take the cars out just to look at them. Otherwise, I'm going to leave them in the box. They are way too valuable to take out of the box. And plus, it's a nice decoration piece, too. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'll show off all the diecasts. And you guys can finally see, and that I'm not a fool, and I want to see the diecast part of NASCAR to succeed. So again, once we hit 4K, we'll get that video going. Another idea for a video that I'm thinking about doing, but we'll see. I want to make a little documentary video about my history with NASCAR. What I want to do is I want to go back into my old childhood memories, look at different photos and different videos of me as a kid, dealing with NASCAR in somehow, shape, or form. I have one video back in Christmas of '98, getting a couple of Racing Champion diecasts in my stocking. And what I want to do is I just want to explain kind of how I grew up with the sport and how it's followed me now for a little over 20 years. And it's crazy because I'm 24 years old, and NASCAR got me as a little kid, and here I am today to try to help back. It's just an idea. I don't know if I'm going to go through with it. If I get a lot of support out of the idea, then that might be something to do after the Summer Showdown. Another idea that I have as well, I call it the Season of Desire. What I want to do is I want to take this 2018 season that we have and enter 2003 and just start it over. As if 2018 never happened. And what I would do is I would change the schedule so that it is more accommodating so that people could like it. So more short tracks, more road courses, more dirt races, So have it be about, I would say, roughly 40 races long. People have asked me constantly, like, what would I do to change NASCAR? What would I do to make it great again? Instead of, you know, speaking it to you. So what I would do is I would make like what ACS Network has been doing, and doing like this stop motion series where he'll have a bunch of races, but they're all like really short. I would do that on NR 2003, like have like 10% races or something like that, just shootout races, and all the winners and how like the race format would just be simple. No complicated stages or double file restarts or anything to make gimmicks in NASCAR, if you will. So that's just an idea for what I want to do moving forward, but I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm just in the planning phase right now. Any comments or suggestions in the comment section down below is always appreciated. And now the last thing I want to talk about is One More Spark. I know before I've mentioned a few times kind of like little reasons why I haven't been working on it, and just kind of like really haven't been talking about it much. This is unfortunately a little more of a serious issue, and I really kind of didn't want to disappoint you guys, if you will. But in my most recent NR 2003 short, which was the Indy Cars at Talladega, which thank you guys for the support on that video, a lot of you guys have been asking about One More Spark and what is going on with that series. There is a story behind the reason why there hasn't been anything with One More Spark lately. And just as a warning, you guys might not like it, but it's just something that I have been dealing with personally. But to start things off, we gotta go back to August of 2017. If you guys remember the second Q&A video, that was where I announced that I was going to take a full-time job so that I could get the funds so that I can do YouTube full-time. YouTube or Twitch or just being a production company full-time. For 4 or 5 months or so, I've been working 50 hours a week, as I said, as a computer processor, and then working at the news production on the weekends while doing One More Spark 2001. And as you guys saw, like, all of 2001 was complete, all the parts were in, there was a music video made, and also a quick shout out to Jonathan M for making that wonderful music video of One More Spark 2001. Thank you for all the work that you put into that. It was wonderful. I'm going to put that into the description down below as well. So for 1987, what I was thinking of doing, and I think I mentioned this in an earlier video, I wanted to make all the videos of all the races from 1987 from Cup, Busch, and IROC with the shootout and the Winston and the duels, and make them all at one time, and then I would release them one day at a time for a month. And I still do like that idea. Like, I think it would be great to have it set up that way so that you guys don't have to wait for weeks or days for different races or race highlights to come up. What happened was I got burnt out. Like, I really got burnt out. So I got to a point where all the races were complete. I would say about half of the races were recorded. But I just got burnt out, and it just ended up being way too much work. And I got to a point where it's like, I've done so much offline, and you guys, like, I look at my YouTube channel and there was nothing there. And it's like I did all this work for nothing. And the worst part was, this was in February when I figured this out. It was miserable. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was awful. And like, I just, like, I love working. I love working on my stuff. But when I have nothing to show, like, it's miserable. And I mentioned this in February because the winter I had here was one of the worst in recent memory. Constantly cold, constantly snowing, and remember, since I work 50 hours a week on top of that, I have to drive through that filth. So I got depressed, and depression hit me. And there was a stretch of about 3 weeks or so where I didn't work on anything because I just had no desire to. The only thing I really worked on in that time span, I believe, was that 3K subscriber video where I combined it with Harry Potter. And I know that was not received well because I know you guys aren't really Harry Potter fans. I personally enjoy Harry Potter, but that's okay. It's something I learned. However, in that span where I wasn't working on videos, I learned a lot about the past. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, which quickly, as a side note, as a little plug-in, I seriously recommend you guys do. I am the most vocal in that area. I tweet a ton, and a lot of truth is spoken aloud there. And yeah, that's like, if you guys really want to hear my opinions on a lot of things, Twitter is the way to go. So please, please, please follow me there. I've just passed 500 followers on there. Greatly appreciated, and there's always room for more. But on there, there were different, like, what ifs. Like, what if different, like, football stars had NASCAR teams? There was one story where, like, Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove, like, one of Bobby Hamilton's late models, if I remember correctly. And then there were different stories, like Rob Moroso and Neil Bonnet and other people that I did not touch in the prologue that I learned about later. Oh yeah, and like one, for example, was Dale Earnhardt almost going to Robert Gates Racing. That would have been huge if he went over to Robert Gates and if he did not stay at Richard Childress. Like, just different little things that I didn't even think about in the prologue a year ago, mind you, that I think would be fantastic. Also, what I did in the span as well is I re-taught myself how to make videos, which is the reason why, instead of you guys seeing One More Spark, you guys saw some of those shorts. I kind of just got different random ideas and just kind of got back into making videos. And the support on those has been amazing. Like, again, like in the 5-digit views area, especially for the Orlando one and the Daytona Beach one, like, guys, come on. Like, I don't deserve this. Oh, but I nevertheless, I do appreciate it nevertheless. And it's because of that, that's really reignited my spark to keep pushing forward with this video. Or not this video, this channel. And going to North Carolina also really helps with that as well. I've gotten to a point now, and this is the part where you guys are probably not going to like it, but I want to start again with One More Spark. And this time, what I would do is I would just start at 1987, and I would just move forward from there. So go 87, 88, 89, etc., all the way to today. I want to have it be more natural. I want there to be story arcs, and I want there to be a progression. Only this time, it's a different route, or not a different route, a different branch on the tree of NASCAR life. And that's the direction that I would love to go with. And I know you guys are not going to like it because of inconsistency. And it's like, you had the prologue set up, you have 2001 set up, like, why not just bounce off of there? Well, the reason why is because, as I said, I've learned a ton about NASCAR history in the past few months that I would love to add in One More Spark, and I just feel like if I try to, like, shove it in there, it wouldn't be, oh, what's the word? Like, it wouldn't make sense. And it'd be like, if I just force it in there for the sake of forcing it in there, no one would like that. And I wouldn't like it as a creator, and you guys would not like it as a watcher. So I just want to make it right. I want to start over in 1987 and progress forward. And like the Summer Showdown, I am also available for the idea of having people help me with stats or paint schemes or building tracks or something like that. But before we get back into One More Spark, there is one thing that I think would make sense to work on after the Summer Showdown. And that is more theory videos. Because, I mean, if you look back at my archives, I really haven't made that many theory videos. I've made what if Jerry Nader stared at Hendrick Motorsports, what if Carl Edwards was ever spun by Brad Keselowski, or I know that title was wrong, but like if that incident never happened. And then of course the videos that really, I guess, made my channel the way it is now, the What If Dale Earnhardt Was Still Alive series. And I want to make more of those. More different, just random ideas. Like, what if one specific driver was still alive? Like, what if Alan Quickie was still alive? Or what if one racetrack finally got a cup race? Like, what if Pikes Peak finally got a cup race? Like, how would the cup races go there? And there's one very random idea that I want to play off of, and that is, what if Matt DiBenedetto stayed with Joe Gibbs Racing? Because if you guys remember, in the late 2000s, Matt DiBenedetto was a development driver at Joe Gibbs Racing. What if he stayed there? What if he took the 20 car instead of Joey Logano or something like that? And how would his career be now versus how he is right now with Go Fast Racing? So just ideas. That's all it is right now. It's just ideas. But for right now, my main focus is the Summer Showdown. That will wrap up this video. Thank you guys again so much for the support. I will go ahead in the description and I will have timestamps for different discussion points. So if you guys want to jump to a specific point, because I know this video is long. But again, the support is greatly appreciated. And again, with the help of the most recent shorts, as well as going to Charlotte, this is where I want to be. Like, I don't want to work for NASCAR. I want to work with NASCAR to make it a beautiful sport. I was about to say again, but like, it is a beautiful sport, but I want to make it the way that it was. Like, take the old, but like, revamp it to make it new. But whatever, that's for another talk later. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you